Hey everyone, James Klug here. Today I'm highlighting my favorite moments from Louder with Crowder's video, Rape Culture's a Myth, Change My Mind? Let's get started.
That I want to make sure we both agree to start with, that it's a society or a culture at large where rape is either promoted, encouraged, or tolerated.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't agree.
First I gotta say that I love that Crowder defines the term before each conversation just to be sure that they're on the same page. So here's this girl's argument.
I know plenty of people. I've reported my rapist. He didn't go to jail. Many of my friends have reported their rapists. They didn't go to jail. Like, I actually literally don't know of people my age, anybody who's gone to jail, who has been apprehended. There are boys on this campus. I've been sexually assaulted by a boy on this campus who walks around and goes to class every single day. So
I will say I'm so sorry for her if this actually did happen, but she's saying that we have a rape culture because of her personal experience. Anecdotal?
like, I'm honestly not talking about empirical data at all, and I don't think we should look at it as empirical data.
Okay, all right, wait. And empirical data does not matter?
I don't know how you ended up back on this campus because you turned into a meme. Do you know that you're a meme?
Yeah.
On Twitter? Yeah.
She's really giving it to him here. No, but honestly, I love how she's like making him feel bad for being a meme. It's like, are memes not allowed on campus? I'm a little confused about the argument she's making here.
So I don't know how you have the audacity to like come back on our campus and say that rape culture is a myth, because that's personally offensive to a lot of people I know, actually. And so,
I mean, what? How are these reasons for him not to come back on this campus? This really shows you how soft college leftists are. She's not the only one that voices this opinion in this video as well.
You know what? How about somebody rapes you and then you come and tell me that rape culture is a myth?
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
That's a terrible argument. They then start talking about Brett Kavanaugh, and Crowder pretends he doesn't know who he is. So she attempts to explain everything. And naturally, she brings up the Devil's Triangle conspiracy in Brett Kavanaugh's yearbook and says it proves he's a gang rapist.
They pull out his yearbook and they find terms like Devil's Triangle, which, if you don't know what that means, that's
No idea.
two males and a female, and that's two males ganging up on a female. It is
Sounds
like,
terrible.
it refers to rape.
Mind you, Brett Kavanaugh's friends from prep school came out and confirmed it was a drinking game to the FBI.
But
Yeah.
that is the highest position that you can acquire, and so
A Supreme Court justice.
a Supreme Court justice.
It's high up there.
It's high up there,
I
buddy.
appreciate it.
Anyways, yeah, I wanted to point out she's obviously incredibly rude the entire conversation. It almost makes it hard to watch. Now, Crowder's totally keeping his cool. He's being very respectful to her, but I will say he does seem to get a little bit irritated with her.
That's separate again from the evidence. It's about 1 in 1,900 women are raped in the United States, according to the FBI. It's about 1 in 1,000 for college students. If you include all sexual assault, according to the Department of Justice or Bureau of Justice, it's about 1 in 52 of all sex. That includes, playing grab ass.
And Crowder starts to trickle in some facts. It starts to get pretty good when he asks her about Brett Kavanaugh, and she has not a smidge of evidence.
What evidence has been presented?
It's a bunch of.
Place.
What do you mean by place?
Where did it happen?
Where did it happen? I don't freaking know. I wasn't at his high school.
When?
It was back when he was in high school, like lower age.
General.
Yeah.
Okay.
General.
Who?
It's these. If you're familiar with Ms. Ford, she has come forward, and then I believe 1 or 2 other women have come forward and said this, but Ford is definitely the
No, she brought forward
forerunner.
witnesses, all of whom could not corroborate her story somewhat. They outright refuted it.
He has actually denied over and over. He keeps saying he doesn't want it, and now they're giving him like a little special FBI investigation. I think this is something you should look into personally.
None of what you've just said is correct.
Now, shortly after is where Crowder really starts to drop his nuke.
But you can't run an investigation whether who, what, when, where, or why. We have none of it. To then use that as a springboard to say that we live in a rape culture, I think is intellectually disingenuous, and I think it does a great disservice to people who've actually been the victim of a horrible crime.
Yeah, I'm aware because I've been a victim to that crime, and as you say, like, you haven't.
And for the 3rd, 4th, maybe 5th time, she uses anecdotal evidence to prove that we have a rape culture.
And who the hell let you back on this campus?
What is wrong with
It's a public sidewalk.
So nobody invited you here?
you? You can't just sit.
Officers, if nobody invited him here, can we ask him to leave this campus?
All right. Let's go over our timeline here, okay? She's incredibly rude to him this whole conversation. He presents her with facts that she can't dispute, and then she gets upset, starts crying, and calls for the law to come over and do something about Crowder's freedom of speech. This is insane. Essentially, you guys, she ends up completely losing it and starts using anecdotal evidence again.
If anybody needs TCPD because they've been raped, good luck, because they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
And I love how calm Crowder is, just sitting there with his microphone out, thinking to himself, this is gold. Anyways, guys, we spent enough time on this young lady. Let's go ahead and move on to the next person.
I usually believe the woman until proven the other way.
Really?
Yeah.
I like this clip because Crowder's trying to get at the idea that the innocent party is the victim, when this kid Nick is saying that the accuser is the victim. Now, they're having a pretty respectful conversation, but this kid says something a little bit extreme, and that's, I usually believe the woman until proven the other way. Okay, so what's wrong with that statement? Well, if you live in the United States and you're a normal person, the accused is innocent until proven guilty. But you know, it's not a court of law, they say, and that's their justification for destroying someone's life in the court of public opinion. Anyways, Crowder's response to this is perfect.
Are you the one who did the
I'm not.
naked?
No.
That was in the paper?
No.
That was you. That was you. I read about you.
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah. Wait, okay, where's your evidence that was me?
Why does it matter?
Oh, and by the way, we're talking about Kavanaugh again because, well, they don't really have facts to support their arguments.
We know there was a party that night.
Hold on a
we
second,
know
hold on a second, hold on a
Kavanaugh was there. We know she was there. She had vivid recounts
What
of
night?
it. Whatever night they're talking about.
You see, we know, except for it's all wrong, and Crowder calls him out on this, but this kid's not going to be turned because his mind is just infected with disinformation from the media and his college campus that there is a rape culture.
Rape culture is a real thing. It's a real problem. You look at all this stuff that's been coming out over the past few years with the Me Too movement.
Right.
It's a real thing. It's going down.
And why do they all do this? I don't get it. It's a real thing. It's going down. It's like, okay, evidence. Oh, and believe it or not, there is a reasonable person in this video.
It's horrible, like you said. I heard earlier you said you want to castrate all the rapists.
Yes. I think in the country, we obviously think rape is a horrible crime and we prosecute rapists.
No, we do. I just want to hear what you had to say and like what your thought on
I
it.
disagree with that premise that we live in a rape culture.
I disagree too. I agree.
Okay.
I disagree that that's the country that we live in. I don't think that is.
All right, so this last guy really isn't here to talk about rape culture. Instead, Crowder kind of keeps him on for a little bit too long to talk about his feelings about how Crowder is going about this whole change my mind process.
What was your name, sir?
Grant.
Grant. Nice to meet you, Grant.
Meet you. Yeah, I don't know your name. What is it?
Stephen.
So first, he claims that he disagrees with what Crowder is doing because from where he was standing before, no one could hear the conversation, and then told Crowder that the dialogue that he's trying to start isn't happening.
Right now, I'm standing right back there. I'm 10 feet back there, and I'm talking to everyone around. No one can hear you.
Yeah.
You're not starting the dialogue you're trying to start.
Actually, I am.
Now, perhaps he would prefer that Crowder converses with a mob of 40 screaming leftists, but let's put on our thinking caps for a quick moment and just think about how that would pan out. And second, he then tells Crowder that he disagrees with what he's doing because it's making women cry.
But what I'm saying is I see people walking around, I see girls in tears, and that's because of your sign.
This kid mentions that he's sort of convinced that nothing they say will change Crowder's mind, but he's missing the whole point of this. He's not understanding that these people are given a chance to convince the millions of people that are watching this video that their stance is correct, that there is, in fact, a rape culture. I don't know about you guys, but from my point of view, they used all of their time convincing people that they have no evidence to support their position at all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, hit that like button and leave a comment in the comment section below. And of course, subscribe to see more.